All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about the 4 trades that I took yesterday. By the way, my eye is fucked. But anyways, I want to talk about the 4 trades that I took yesterday. Not Bitcoin. I didn't take Bitcoin. I took a Solana long, which was a winner. I took an XRP short, which was a winner. I took a ADA short, which was a winner. And I took a, hold on. I took an Ethereum loss, which was a loser, an Ethereum long. Okay, and I made a big mistake on this one. So I'll do that one last. Watch to the end so you know the mistake. Okay, let's begin. Nope, not Bitcoin. Okay, Solana. By the way, all of these trades were given in the Nexus, okay? I told everybody that I took it as soon as I took it. This was Solana. It literally pumped a second after I posted this one. So this one was a little bit late for them to see, but I saw it, and as soon as I took it, I posted it. So why did I take this trade on Solana? Let's delete that because we know that I already gave it to the Nexus. Shout out to the Nexus. Why did I take this trade on Solana? Well, obviously we are in an uptrend, okay? You have low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, blah, blah, blah. The expectational order flow is to make a higher high, okay? What happened on Solana on the small time frame? You had a big pump and you had a big dump. Okay, great. And then you ended up actually SFPing these lows, okay? You were unable to close below this low, so you're not expecting lower high, lower low at that point. You're expecting still higher low, higher high, because these, my friends, are what is called SFPs, which means you are targeting that high. This is still your weak high. Not only that, but you had a Model 1 accumulation at these lows, so I wasn't thinking that we needed to go lower. I was thinking that we were ready to pop off, okay? Now, understanding that, if you go to any time frame, 5 time frame, whatever, which time frame was it on? Actually, the 2 minute, did I see? Hold on. Yeah, 2 minute time frame. Okay, understanding that this low, we don't need to go below it. Of course, nothing's 100%, but we don't need to go lower. You see this breaker structure right here, right? So you have down, you have down, you have up, you have down, you have break, right? So that also confirms that. Now I'm looking for entries, right? How do I get into this position? Well, I just looked at the most recent, the upmost latest demand zone, okay, right here. That was unmitigated. So I was looking for longs off of this zone. Very simple trade. Come back into the zone. Down, up, down, break structure right there. Enter, stop loss, up you go. Like I said, it happened 1 second after. I took the majority of my profit, not majority, I took 50% out here. So that netted me 3.67 divided by 2, so like 1.8. And then, you know, now I'm completely closed, but now we're here. Okay, that's basically trade number 1, right? Super, not that hard, super easy. Okay. ADA short, same thing, right? Happened last night. I told everybody at 8:21 p.m. Took this short on ADA, TPing on all the green lines, okay? And this was my unrealized P&L when I, you know, TP'd whatever. And I told everybody when I was TPing and that the final target was hit. So let's go over this trade as well. Okay, what is your structure? Listen, when in doubt structure, I say it all the time. You have low, you have high, you have higher low, you have higher high. We're expecting higher low, higher high. Great. However, what you are getting on this little mini range, remember, always just trade the range. Guys, I trade the range all the time, okay? I literally always trade the range. I'm always pulling a range. So this was my range high, this was my range low, and then I know that it's likely going to continue. If it starts losing, you know, this low, I'm still going to look for shorts, but if it starts losing that low, then we can look for continuation to the downside. So you have, you know, upwards structure, right? Then what do you have here? You have a 1 tap, you have a 2 tap, and you have a 3 tap. This was a simple SFP trade. This was the easiest trade I literally ever took in my entire life, okay? Let's go over the trade here, why I took it. So again, when in doubt, structure out. You have high, you have low, you have high, you have low, you have high SFP. How do I personally confirm an SFP? I need to see a market structure flip. What's my structure? Look how easy this is. Up, down, and break, okay? This right now confirmed to me that this point was going to get tagged right here, okay? As soon as I saw that, I know that. So this is my range-based supply. You know, I start hammering it in right here, and then, you know, down we go. And I just showed you the screenshots. I shouldn't have deleted it. I won't delete it for the next time. But that's when I told the Nexus. We shorted here. Took profit on this low. My final TP, not my final TP, but because this had potential to really run down south. But I did have a potential, you know, lower expectation for my take profits. But I wanted this low to go. This low didn't go. I did TP here. This is where I gave my... I told the Nexus at this point it was a 5 risk reward trade. It was something like this. That's not 5. That's 10. Something like this or something when I entered. It was a 5 risk reward trade. I closed out 70%-ish, give or take, and I went to bed. It was 9 p.m. I went to bed, okay? Trade number 2, super easy. So the first one, the Solana one was like, what do we say? 1.8 and then give or take 8 point thing, but that was half. Let's say 5 risk reward there. 5 risk to reward on ADA. Didn't get the full position out because I got taken out in my sleep after I TP'd. So I probably made like maybe 3 risk to reward there, give or take 3.5. Okay. XRP short. Where did we go on XRP? Where are we? Where is the short? Hold on. Here's my trade. Okay, so what is your structure? When in doubt, structure out. We have low, we have high, we have higher low, we have higher high. That's an SFP. That's not a break. That's a range SFP, something I teach in the Nexus course. Okay, and so what is my expectational order flow? If you get that SFP, which we're going to talk about this in just a moment, my target was here, okay? My ultimate target was down at this low. Now, obviously, you can see that it didn't hit that low. We're going to go over why in just a moment. But in this range SFP that we had up here, let's go ahead and use our replay tool. Amidst this range SFP, what do you see on the high? Man, all things I teach in the Nexus course. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3 tap, model 1, distribution, broke the low. Same thing. I told the Nexus, where are we here? Right there. Okay. 2 scenarios. Okay, there were 2 scenarios there because of this order block right here. I told everybody if you touch it and lose it, as you can see right here, touch it and lose it, down you go. And if you don't, you could have just bounced and continued higher. Remember, we are not predicting. I'm not making a prediction on as to what's going to happen. I'm waiting to see if it does exactly what I want it to do. Then I enter. Okay, very, very simple. So we're in the trade, right? And we were targeting a couple things. We were targeting this line, and we were targeting down to that final low that I showed you as well. And I told everybody in the Nexus, again, you know, this was a 8 risk reward, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I don't want to mislead you, my friends. I actually entered a little bit aggressively. I entered up here and I was like this. I was looking for like an 8 risk reward. By the time my TP1 hit, it was like 5 risk reward maybe. Whatever, I'm not going to count this one, and I'll tell you why. Because if we unreplay mode it, you can see what happened here. Let's talk about what happened here on XRP. So XRP, we took the short, right? We took the short. We didn't actually hit my TP. My TP was like there. So I was like a little bit late to the party, okay? Not late to the party, I was early to the party. Like I didn't make it to the party, okay? So I went to sleep, right? I went to sleep. This is in the nighttime for me. This is 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I went to sleep. And I started getting some alerts, and I'm like, okay. So I took profit. I took profit here, and then, you know, this happened. I was asleep. I wasn't even watching it. And then when we came down here, that's when I took out maybe another like 20%. So I was probably like maybe 30% or so, 35, 40% out of my position completely, okay? At this point, I was like around 40% out, but I was going to hold the rest as a runner, and I kept my stop loss right here. So my stop loss was not above this high. It was above this high because the idea was if they're going to come for this high, they're going to come for this one. So why would I give that money away? And my stop loss was not at break even either. So by the time I took out like 40% of my position, give or take, maybe 35, we came back up and, you know, I got stopped out. So I probably got away with just over a break even. Like this one wasn't a loss. Okay. It was not a loss. I made profit on it, but I, first of all, did not make even nearly as much as I thought I was going to make on it, because this could have had the potential to come down to here based on, you know, my structure rules and what your expectational order flow is. I did think that we could come down to this level. I also thought that we could bounce off of this demand zone, no different than we could have bounced off of the demand from up here that I showed you guys, right? So that's why my TP line was just front running that a little bit, and then they even front ran my TP line. Nonetheless, I did wake up, I did get the alerts, I did let the Nexus know that I took profit, and yeah, I mean, then I went back to sleep. I got stopped out at a little bit over break even on the stop out, and then, you know, now we're here. The rest is history. So that was the XRP trade, and then finally the Ethereum trade that we took. This one I don't have any Discord screenshots, but because this one happened during the Nexus live stream in the morning, and I want to go over. I made a very big mistake, and I literally paid for the mistake. Okay, so there's 2 positions here. You can see very clearly. Both entered at the same point. This was the position that I took. Now, based on your entry, based on your risk to reward, or based on your trade setup, you need to decide whether you want to compromise your win rate for a better risk to reward, or you want to compromise your risk to reward for a better win rate. Win rate. What do I mean by that? These were both the exact same trade. Okay, they were not taking in different times. Let's go over the trade first of all. What do we have? We have low, we have high, we have higher low, higher high. We're already expecting higher low, higher high. Okay, great. What do we have? Right here, you have a little demand zone. We broke structure bullishly coming out of that demand zone. You have down, you have up, you have down, you have up, and you have break. So I'm already thinking this low is going to hold. Great. What did I see here? I was looking to see if we were going to mitigate this. We did not mitigate this demand. However, we did mitigate this little baby demand zone right here. So as soon as we got that break above here, right here, same place, this is where I entered. Now, this is where you can choose to either compromise your risk to reward or compromise your win rate. And I chose compromising my win rate for a better risk to reward. I wanted a 25 risk to reward. I could have had a 12 and I ended up losing. What happened? Okay, the red was the position that I lost. I'm just going to move it over so we can see. I'm going to show you why I lost it. This was my thought process. My thought process was this guy was mitigated and that we were going to continue higher. I was right in my thesis. Great. Internally, this is very internal. This is a 1 minute time frame. I shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake. I had low, I had high, but internally, sorry, I had low, I had high, I had higher low and higher high. And that's when it broke. So I was thinking that we weren't going to come back for this. Stupid mistake. Stupid greedy mistake. Stupid greedy mistake. The only real stop loss was this one here. Okay. And I compromised it because I was like, yeah, this is your down, you're up. They're not going to come back for it. They did come back for it. They tagged me out and they went up. And in reality, as soon as I got taken out and we broke up again, I should have just went back in again and put my stop loss below here. Right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Take shoulda, coulda, wouldas to the bank, right? Anyone that missed the pump yesterday or missed the short opportunities or whatever, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Take your shoulda, coulda, woulda to the bank. See what they tell you, okay? So I made the mistake. And as a result of that mistake, this is what happened. So I could have had, and I would way be out of this trade by now, by the way. I would have way taken profit. So this is not even close to what would have been a 12 risk reward. I never would have gotten this high without taking profit. But yeah, 12 risk to reward. I ended up losing the 1% on this. So on the day, it was a good day. It was a good day, right? For the scalping, right? It was a good day. Finally, we had some movement. It's been hard to get into some positions because there's been no movement. It's been not volatile at all. And yeah, that was this. Now, some people in the Nexus took this trade. Some people had a good stop loss. Some people had my stop loss. It is what it is, right? We're not going to hit everything, but I made a mistake yesterday. I have no problem making a mistake. And something I always say as well, I don't always say, but I'm going to start always saying it, is I don't lose. Okay, I don't lose. I learn. I either win or I learn. And this was a lesson learned. And we reviewed all 4 of these trades this morning in the Nexus stream. We do practicing the game streams where we go over trades, we go over history, we do backtesting, we do whatever, random trades, random positions in time. And we practice because ultimately I teach them how to throw the free throw, but they got to, in the end, throw the free throw themselves. But those were the 4 trades that I took yesterday, guys. Pretty profitable day. If you like this kind of video where I go over the trades that I take in a day, please let me know, because these are the videos that I enjoy making the most. You know, I'm here to scalp. I'm here to extract money from these markets. I'm not here for anything else. I'm not here for the love of crypto or whatever, respectfully, not to knock anyone that is, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to make money. I'm here to rob the bank. My friends, I will see you guys in the next video. By the way, if you are looking to trade alongside me, first of all, enter thenexus.com. Links in the description down below. Second of all, if you want to trade on the cheapest fees, the #1 exchange, in my opinion, by far, by the way, and I'm the only one, and I'm the first one that put everybody on it, is KSEX. The link for that is in the description down below. My friends, have a good day. I hope you didn't get burned yesterday. Trade safe, be good, stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. One love.